The following podcast contains spoilers and language that our mothers would prefer we did not use. Like,
Mate, did we watch a thing this week?
yeah, we did.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to We Watched a Thing. It's a very, very, very special couple of episodes coming up. We're doing our stupid thing again. One of the worst ideas ever. Another marathon. What are we watching this time, Toph?
This time we are tackling the great wide world of the Predator and Alien films.
Yes.
Some of the great films.
Yep.
And some of the, not as great films.
Yeah, I was going to say, not only is this definitely our longest marathon, this has to be the least consistent of all the franchises we've done, right?
Oh, the peaks and troughs here are going to be stunning.
I'm going to tell you something. I haven't seen a lot of these movies.
Right.
You want to hear something? Of the Predator franchise, the only ones I've seen, AVP.
You've never seen an actual Predator?
I've never seen a Predator, mate. I've never seen them.
Wow.
Yeah. I love me some Alien. You know that both Alien and Aliens are among my favorites, and we're both apologists of most of the other films. But yeah, Predator, brand new world for me, my friend.
All right. Well, get set, buddy.
I'm keen. I'm excited. I know that most people fucking love Predator, so
Yeah.
I'm hoping for some good things. That's right. So this is going to cover the next 6 weeks. There are 12 films total. 2 movies per episode we'll be covering. We've got a fridge full of beer. We've got hot wings on the way. I haven't told you about this, but I'm keen for hot wings today.
Shock me.
And I think this is hopefully going to be fun.
Hopefully. All right.
So shall we chuck on Predator and see how this goes?
Wow.
Let's do it, bud. All right. Predator.
You've seen Predator.
I'm feeling amped. I feel like I could take on the world with my mad guns.
You're feeling as jacked as a future governor?
Yeah, well, yes.
There's 2. There's 2 in the film. Can you imagine being
Who's the other governor?
Jesse Ventura,
He became governor?
governor of Minnesota.
What is going on with the states where their governors are action stars?
Can you imagine being told that in 1987?
That would be weird.
That those 2 guys there, those
governors.
adolescent, steroid-riddled men, will be governors?
Oh, man. As you said, 1987, science fiction action film directed by John McTiernan and written by brothers Jim and John Thomas.
With rewrites by Shane Black on set.
Yes. Yes. So, fun fact I heard about those rewrites is that, and I'm sure you know this, but I've been doing my research prior to watching to, get my head in the right space. The Predator was supposed to be Jean-Claude Van Damme.
And in one shot, in fact, is. There's one
No
shot
way.
in the film. I believe one shot and one shot only, where it's JCVD.
Really? In the full suit?
Well, he was in a green screen suit. He wasn't in a green screen suit because they were in a jungle, so he was in a red screen
Right.
shoot so they could key him out.
Wow.
Yeah.
For like invisibility purposes.
For invisibility purposes.
Yeah, right. That's crazy. Because I was reading that he apparently was a dick on the set. Like, he did start shooting.
Apparently just an absolute tool bag. Which apparently was the same thing with 90s classic Street Fighter.
Well, yeah, we know all about that.
It's a strange thing about Predator that despite the fact that the poster of this film is Arnie with mad muscles and a gun, he's obviously the main character of the film, I weirdly don't think of Predator as much as being an Arnie film as I do a Predator film. Now, of course, then you watch it, and it's absolutely an Arnie film.
Yeah,
but just in my mind, it just rattles around as Predator.
Yeah, right.
Some of that is just the fact that I love the Predator.
Well,
It's one of my favorite bits of film design.
I was going to say that you think of Terminator as an Arnie film, right? Or do you think of that as a Terminator film?
Mind blown. But yeah, on the cast of actual humans, two future governors, of course. Watching it this time, I was like, it kind of looks like the Village People just got jacked.
Yeah, it does.
It is a ridiculous coming together of. This could go one of 2 ways. It's either some serious big dick energy or some serious compensating for something energy. could go either way.
Yeah.
Could really go either way.
They're all extremely jacked dudes. I finally got to, because of course, I'd never seen the movie. I didn't actually know that this is what the handshake is from, which has become a big meme. And the whole time I was watching that, I was like, guys, you can't, that's not COVID safe. You can't do that. Like,
isn't it
crack
weird?
Them elbows, man.
Isn't it weird how that happens now? I just watch
so
any movie I'm watching, I'm like, why are you standing so close? That's really irresponsible.
I know, I just get the police in my head, like, don't stand so close to me.
Yeah.
I had no idea that is what the handshake is from. And so that was a cool moment to see. Fuck, they're both jack. I had no idea Carl Weathers was ever this muscular.
Weathers was massive.
I mean, when I think of Weathers, I go to Arrested Development. Or, Chubbs in Happy Gilmore. I had no idea that he was like a quote-unquote action star. He's a big dude.
Big dude. You know what's bizarre? Arnie's playing an American.
Yeah.
Though clearly with an Austrian accent.
Well, yes. I don't think he could do much else, could he?
No. But he's called Dutch.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Well, now Dutch must be a nickname, right? Is Dutch a legit first name?
I don't think so. But do you have a theory where that came from? Do you think was a former staff sergeant, just a total knob to him, knew that his family was from Austria?
Yeah.
And so called him Dutch to piss him off, and
that's
stuck?
where I would get the vibe from. I would feel like it would have to be related to his background in some way. Interesting. That's an interesting question you pose.
Dutch. So, of course, the movie starts with this band of Beefcake Village people. The movie starts as a men on a mission kind of thing.
Yes,
if you know nothing about Predator, is that kind of weird to find out that?
I found it really, really strange.
In fact, they go through. We see the entire mission.
Yeah, I did not know that that's what this movie was. I was expecting a lot more Predator. And yeah, the first half of this movie, it felt more to me like, say, something obviously not as crafted and well written, but like Defy Bloods, for example, like the mission they go on in the jungle. Like that's what this felt like to me. And it was really, really strange then, because the Predator's barely even a part of that first. Like, it's not even like he's there in the background and he's kind of stalking them. He's literally just almost not there for that first half of the movie.
Yeah.
And then he is.
As these guys just pwn this drug cartel who, quite frankly, shoot like stormtroopers. They are just shocking. And it's real peak 80s excess.
It is. Like, and this movie really felt like three separate movies to me, because it's like, first you've got the mission, then you've got kind of the action against the Predator, but then finally you have Home Alone in the jungle. And so, yeah, all three of those, I must say, did not feel like they really flowed very well to me. I'm just going to come out there and say this. And I know that I'm going to get slammed, and I'm sorry, Sam, and I'm sorry, Paul, and I'm sorry, everybody out there who loves this movie. I didn't love this movie, man. I thought it was, like, fine, but my favorite bit by far was Home Alone.
I was going to say, the guy's fashioning a bow in the jungle,
That's my favorite bit.
Yeah, like a forest-dwelling fucking MacGyver.
That bit, I loved. The last 45 minutes of this film, fucking loved. And if the entire of this film was that, I would have been all in. But I didn't dig the action sequences in this film. Yeah, for me, Home Alone, by far the best part.
Speaking of that fight between just Arnie and the Predator.
Yeah.
Which I really like that whole sequence.
Yeah,
of
it's
Arnie,
amazing. It's
Arnie,
great.
Arnie v. the Predator. Great stuff.
And when he figures out the mud and stuff.
Letting off the flares and everything.
It's dope.
Good
that
stuff.
Last segment is cool.
Now, the mud would not work
no.
for infrared vision. Infrared doesn't work that way.
Can I ask, does that stay as a device through the rest of the films? Are people often just mudding up in the Predator universe?
No spoilers. No spoilers as to whether the mud bath will continue. And so, yeah, I really enjoy that whole sequence of Arnie v. the Predator up until the point where the Predator gets him. He has him literally, like he picks him up and he has him. And the ruthless nature that this thing's been dispatching his prey.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, Arnie, Dutch, you're dead.
Yeah, he would have been dead very, very quickly. The Predator wouldn't even pick. He would literally just rip his spleen out like then and there.
Arms out of their sockets like a Wookiee.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, just a bad move having that happen. Because I'm like, well, why hasn't the Predator killed him?
Yeah, it does make the Predator seem less threatening.
Yeah.
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 As does him taking his mask off.
So I agree. I think there's probably a real division here. For me, and I love the Predator design, but for me, when I think of that, I absolutely think helmet on.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
One of my favorite bits of film design. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm not nearly as into actual Predator face.
That's not a thing people like, is it? Are you kidding?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of guessing here.
I'm just going to say this. I think that's terrible design, man. He looks like a soft, kind of pudgy piglet. Like, he looks too friendly to me. Like,
that looks friendly to you?
Yeah, when a chipmunk stores things in its cheeks and is like, that's what the
Predator... Like the Godfather.
Yes, like a mouthful of cotton balls. That's what the Predator looks like to me without his mask on. He looks too soft and kind of baby-like, like a Cabbage Patch doll, kind of like you.
Okay, well... I mean, now I'm terrified at the prospect of having a baby, but...
I just don't find that design scary at all. Him with his helmet on, great look.
Oh, iconic. I love it.
Without the helmet, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, I definitely don't think it looks like a pudgy little piglet. I'm just not as into actual monster face as I am the helmet.
Yeah, right.
One thing I like about what this film does with the Predator is the fact that there is just zero explanation for this thing.
Yeah, I do dig
because I don't care.
I thought there was going to be going in. I was sure that, like I said, I had no idea this was going to start off with a mission. I really thought it was going to be more kind of alien heavy, like outer spacey kind of stuff. Yeah. So the fact that the whole thing is on Earth, I dug that. Yeah,
and it certainly opens it up to. I mean, you can just come up with whatever backstory you want for this thing.
Yeah,
there is a way, and ultimately. Here's some spoilers. I mean, this film spawns a franchise that shouldn't have been, quite frankly.
Okay. Are you telling me that this is the highest as far as the Predator franchise goes?
But it's easy to kind of understand how that would happen because, you can just invent whatever backstory you want for why is this thing here? Just indiscriminately killing.
Wait a second. So earlier on you said that you don't think of this as an Arnie film, you think of this as a Predator film.
Yeah.
Does that mean that Arnie's not in the second one?
I can't say. I mean, it would be weird if he wasn't in the second one.
It would be ridiculous.
Wouldn't it?
It would be absolutely ridiculous. Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, I don't need an explanation for the Predator. I think it's cool that there's this thing that is just into killing folk.
Yeah, just for no reason.
Yeah.
His cool little 3 dots.
And, of course, a bunch of the killing in this film leads to maybe, I'm willing to hear arguments against it, but maybe the single greatest collection of one-liners in any 80s film are here in Predator. Like, just incredible stuff, like, stick around and ain't got time to bleed.
Yeah, ain't got time to bleed.
Get to the chopper!
I had no idea that was from this either. If it bleeds, you can kill it.
Iconic.
Yeah.
Iconic stuff.
It is. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff.
If it bleeds, we can kill it was used by... the coach of an Australian football team in 2001. Yeah, there was so in 2001 there was one team who had won the premiership the year before. They were the dominant team through 2001, and there was the clear challenger. And the coach of that team, his line before they played in the regular season, I think, was "If it bleeds, we can kill it."
That's a bit scary. But I agree with you. I think particularly "Ain't Got Time to Bleed" might be the best line ever from an action film.
So good.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right, you know what my absolute favourite part of this film is? The score.
Oh, fantastic.
Damn, this is a good score. This is great. This is the kind of score that I would put on my Spotify or something just like when I go for a jog or like this is a good score.
It's got such drive to it.
Yeah, it does. You feel the action and the imposter. Like, it's really great.
Just, if I was in a forest indiscriminately mowing down trees with a minigun, Man, this film hates the environment. It's so 80s. It's so 80s. But yeah, that's the music I want thumping.
Yeah. It's a great score. To me, that's the best part of the production of the film. I think, as I said, I'm not that hot on the script apart from the one-liners and the Home Alone segment. I think the filmmaking in general is okay. I think it's shot pretty well for an 80s action film, I gotta say.
I mean, this is a year before McTiernan makes Die Hard, so he's on an absolute tear.
Yeah. Wow, yeah, wow. You forget that Die Hard is that early. I don't actually think of that as an 80s film per se. Yeah, I think most of the filmmaking is pretty strong, but yeah, the score in particular is just incredible.
All right, so one down. How are you kicking off your scoring for this series?
Yeah, look, I got to say, not as strong a start as I was expecting, especially just knowing the way people have spoken about this film. And here's the thing, maybe I came to it too late. You'll remember that I didn't give Die Hard like the score you were hoping either. I liked Die Hard a lot, but I think just coming to it this late, I'm a 6.
Oof.
Like it's got some fun moments, but like this is not the greatest action film of all time.
But it nearly is. I love this movie. I think it's outdated. It is deeply flawed in a lot of ways, and it's also fucking incredible.
Are you a 9?
I'm an 8 out of 10.
Oh, mate.
8 out of 10. I love Predator.
All right. Well, look, I mean, I don't know what the rest of the Predator franchise has in store for us. I'm a bit hesitant after you said that this is the best one. Don't know what to expect going ahead. Before we crack into Predator 2, though, shall we hear one of our drinking rules for the last 2 of our marathon, which will be AVP?
So, yeah, let's do that.
I don't know why we do this. It's a bad idea. All right, as always, we get these from some amazing podcasters that we know and love, that you know and love. First one here is coming to us from Emily from the Tasteless podcast. How cool is the bonus series she's been doing with strong female leads? She's been having some awesome guests on there. First guest out of the gate, Christina Loken from Terminator 3. Emily's been having a great run of it. So thanks for joining us to give us a rule, Emily. We love you, and let's hear what you've got for us.
Hey there, it's Emily of the Tasteless podcast. I worry for you, but not enough to not give you a drinking game rule. So please take a drink every time there's too much goo, whether that's dripping alien saliva or green predator blood. Gross. Enjoy.
Well, Jesus, Emily. Come on. I have vivid memories of that alien drooling, the xenomorph. He's a wet beast. I
know. Get a bib, xenomorphs.
So, yeah. All right. If that's the first rule we've got.
Yeah.
In for some fun.
Take this, liver. Okay. Well, that'll be fun. That's for later on.
All right. We'll put that in the gate.
For now, it's on to Predator 2 and see what's happening with Dutch.
Shall we chuck it on?
Yeah.
Mate.
Surprise! Arnie is not in that film, you will have noticed.
And neither is any talent. Have we hit it? Please tell me that we've hit our low point. That has to be the worst of anything we're going to watch.
Of just any film.
Well, certainly for today. I can't see anything being worse than that.
So now we launch into Predator being a franchise that just shouldn't exist.
Well, okay.
Or at least not like this.
Well, here's the thing. You told me after the first one that launched a franchise that shouldn't exist. I can see how that one could spawn a sequel.
Yeah.
Having seen this one, I don't understand how anything ever continued after this.
I don't think there can be any greater discrepancy between a film starting a franchise and its follow-up in terms of the quality.
I remember Pirates of the Caribbean 2 being really, really bad, and I love the first one. But yeah, it can't be as bad as this. Nothing can be as bad as this.
That's the first time I've watched Predator 2 since I don't know. I would have seen it on VHS in the 90s at some point. That's the only time I'd seen it. And I remembered it being bad. In fact, it was the first Predator film I saw was Predator 2 on VHS.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And it didn't become your instant favorite?
And I recall it, like, even as a teenage boy who's pleased by anything, I remember even then thinking, that sucked.
Yeah, there's nothing good in this movie.
It turns out I was being generous. That movie was appalling.
What the fuck is going on in this? Why are they in LA? Why is Gary Busey there?
Where's Arnie?
Where is Arnie? That's what I don't understand. Arnie... It's funny. I know that you said that you don't think of the first one as an Arnie movie.
But it clearly is.
It's a Predator movie. It is. It's an Arnie movie. How do you then go from that to this? This isn't even in the same realm of an action movie. This is like completely changing genres and production and I don't understand how this came from Predator. It can't have been the same writers, can it?
I don't know.
Well, let's find out. Predator 2 is a 1990 American science fiction action film written by brothers Jim and John Thomas. How is that even possible? Directed by Stephen Hopkins and starring Danny Glover, Ruben Blades, Gary Busey, Maria Conchita Alonso, Bill Paxton, like what the fuck is Bill Paxton doing? And Kevin Peter Hall. Okay, what is it about, Toph?
I barely remember. That film was a mess. An absolute mess. So there's a drug war going on. The police are involved. The predators.
So
a predator is doing not
that. That's the thing. And okay, the first film, and I said this as well. It felt like three distinct movies. You know, first you've got the mission and then the predator shows up. This kind of, I guess, follows that in that you've got the drug thing, which is completely unrelated. But they try to link them more here, but they somehow feel even more unrelated. Is this the future? This is set in the future? This isn't set in 1990, is it?
It was set in the future.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if we're now past the point where it was set. I think maybe it was set in 99.
Right.
But I've already...
So we're in like a Lost in Space kind of thing.
Like I've already
set in 97.
I've already forgotten.
Yeah.
I mean the dialogue in this film, it beggars belief how bad it is.
Yeah.
Truly, what is going on?
Oh man, I've lost all respect for Danny Glover. I'll never watch a Glover film again after this.
Why is he playing Riggs from Lethal Weapon?
I know, where is Murtaugh? Just
bizarre.
Yeah.
I mean, at least Busey's there. The goat.
But no. Well, this is the weird thing. Busey's terrible. And he's terrible in this film. He's still not the worst thing about this film.
Yeah, but he fits in. He does fit in the film, at least.
He fits in.
I suppose that's one nice thing we can say.
He's still not the worst thing about this film.
I mean, Paxton... Okay, so Paxton has an interesting thing here, which we will... Actually, no, we won't talk about it here. We'll talk about it in a future episode. We're coming back to Paxton.
Because he's in Alien? Is that when we'll come back to Paxton?
Mate, no spoilers.
I've seen those ones.
That's when Arnie comes back.
Get away from her, you bitch.
Is okay, though. Okay, we've mentioned we will come back to Bill Paxton. Let me just ask this, though.
Okay.
In this film, he plays just a complete jackass.
Yeah.
Just a smarmy, almost back to the Futurama 80s guy.
Yeah. But he also does in Aliens to an extent. Is this the same character?
That's what I'm asking.
Oh.
We know this is a linked universe with AVP. Is Bill Paxton in Predator 2 an ancestor of Bill Paxton in Aliens?
Man. Game over. Yeah, maybe. That's an interesting thought. And that makes this movie better in some way.
Yeah.
Just in my headcanon, he is.
Yeah.
In my headcanon, he's his great-great-great-great-great-granddaddy.
I think we just choose to believe that that's the case.
Yeah, definitely.
Man, I'm not kidding. I've already forgotten so much of this deeply, deeply terrible film.
Same. I was really in and out of it. I mean, it was... Okay, so they're in LA. There's a drug thing. The Predator busts in and kills some people. I still don't know why. Is the Predator a good guy now? Is he helping the cops?
Oh, he's a chaos agent. Predator just wants to watch the world burn.
And then at a certain point, we go down into the underground... into, I believe, the Predator's ship?
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell is with that?
I don't know. Once again, there just comes a point in this film where the Predator is deeply bad at his job.
Yeah.
Like just kill some people.
Just kill everybody.
You're equipped for it.
Just kill everybody.
How are they getting away from you?
Now, so
How are they managing to hurt you? Like, come on, man.
That's
You're the
true.
predator.
Yeah, ain't got time to bleed. This is not the same predator?
No, because that one
That one's dead, right?
blew himself up.
So these are a full species then.
Yes. We know there are multiple predators, predati.
So that could lead to at some point actually having multiple.
Yes, it could.
Well, that could be fun at least. I hope it's got to be better than this. You know what?
Anything
I
would
would like
be.
to see, you know what? And this is why I think it's a shame that AVP didn't work as well as it should have. Because here's the thing: you take the humans out of this movie, it's a better movie already. Even if it was just an hour and a half of the predator sitting by a campfire, it would be better than this.
I can't disagree with that.
Like, you could just have the predator, you know what would be fun? Just the predator doing humanoid things, but with no humans present. Yeah. Going to order some drive-through, sitting in his car, eating it alone.
Prosecuting the case for Danny Glover's cop getting fired from his job, which I think we're meant to think is, like, really unjust. But quite frankly, he should be fired.
He should be. All of the actors in this film should have been fired, quite frankly. Yeah, I'm just not into anything about this film. The score was terrible. Like, I don't understand how this spawned from the first one, and I really don't understand how this then somehow continued. There's a gap though, right? Like, it took a long time for them to sequelize this one.
Oh yeah, I mean this basically killed it.
As it should have.
Yeah, for quite a long time. Because that was an awful film.
Yeah.
Like, just not even... That wasn't run-of-the-mill bad.
That's the thing. This is one of those times where, and this is the thing, we've been doing this show for a long time now, like 150-something episodes. And like every now and then you get that movie where you're like, well, this is bad, but at least we'll be able to talk about it and it'll be some fun. I don't even know what to say about this one. I don't know how to make this conversation even entertaining.
All I hope is that nobody watched this film in prep for this episode.
Yeah.
That would be a shame.
We should retroactively edit in a little thing earlier saying just don't watch this film.
Don't watch this film.
Yeah, don't watch it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I can't believe how bad that was.
I can't believe we have to watch more of these.
Yeah, so the filmmakers were bad at their job. The predator in this film was bad at his job. How did you lose to Danny Glover?
Oh my God.
Come on, Predator.
Can't even. All right.
Come on.
All right. I'm giving this a 1. I think this might be the worst film I've watched this year. And I've seen some duds, but this is... I can't think of anything redeeming in this film, so I'm giving it a 1.
I'm going to stretch to a 2.
Fuck you.
But it's generous.
How can you give this higher than Tommy Boy?
It's a generous 2.
How can you give this higher than Tommy Boy?
I would rather watch Predator 2
that
again
That is
than Tommy
factually
Boy.
not true.
It's a fact.
It is not true.
Predator 2, better than Tommy Boy.
Fuck you. All right.
Good poster, Predator 2.
What was the poster again?
Here, I'll show you.
That poster is far better than the movie deserves.
Isn't it just?
Especially all artsy and black and white like that.
It's not really black and white.
I know. Topher, everybody, keeps his phone on black and white at all times because he feels like it distracts him less. I think it's a good tactic. I wish I could do it, but it hurts my eyes. Very cool poster, though.
Yeah, good poster.
All right. Shall we chuck on? The next one's not Predator 3, is it? It's Predators.
Predators.
So is this where we get multiple Predati?
Well, certainly the name of the film would suggest that there's going to be more than one.
All right. I reckon we'll crack into that. Thanks for joining us this week, everybody. If you want to get in touch with us, you can do that at wewatchedathing.com or wewatchedathing@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all under the handle @wewatchedathing. If you want to help support the show, you can do that at patreon.com/wewatchedathing, and we will catch you with Predators.
Rawr.